This episode of the Polyhedron Collider Cast is sponsored by Kienda. Head to kienda.co.uk/Polyhedron Collider for 10% off your first order. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Polyhedron Collider Cast, episode 179, the games we're looking forward to in 2026. I'm Steve Tudor.
Hi, I'm Andy Lewis.
I'm Sid Gill.
And I'm Rory Summers.
Well, it's that time of year again, boys. Start of the year, 2026. We're all suffering from Bailey's withdrawal, and that final last toffee penny from the Quality Street tin that nobody wants has been begrudgingly eaten.
Well, you say that, Steve. I bought a Terry's chocolate mint a couple of weeks ago, which I ate for my pudding tonight.
You fat bastard.
Actually, I gave 2 of the slices to Alora, so not an entire one.
Oh, Tove,
That does not assuage your guilt, mate. You giving away 2 slices of a Terry's chocolate orange does not mean that you haven't eaten the whole thing.
It's technically true.
I'm surprised you bought one. Were you in an airport or were you at a WH Smith's and were offered one as a special offer?
No,
if he was in an airport, mate, he would have come back with something the size of a football.
That's true. He's not wrong.
It's like when you get the airport Toblerone.
Watermelon or something.
I really want an airport Toblerone now.
Export
I've already had these
airport
mini ones.
Toblerone.
Oh, damn it.
See, I did have an airport-sized Toblerone for Christmas.
So did I. Mum got me one.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, lucky
Good
devils.
one. Yeah. No, I actively bought the chocolate mint. I went to Sainsbury's the other day. Thought, that'll do.
I have an important question about Toblerones.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, God, here we go.
It's just something that's been bugging me for a lot of years. Do you like a fridge cold Toblerone chunk?
Oh.
So it's like almost earth-shatteringly hard, or do you like the soft, squidgy one when somebody's left it out in a cupboard?
So what you're asking is, do we like lacerating our own jaw?
No,
No,
I like to eat my Toblerone as fast as humanly possible. Right, so
you want
I want it soft, not radiator soft, but like room.
So like mummy bird's already come and chewed it a little bit for you, and then you can kind of just get it down fast. Is that what you're saying?
I just want to absorb the Toblerone straight into my system.
Room temperature, it's got to be slightly soft, because otherwise you break your teeth.
You do, or the top of your mouth, because you can't get the whole triangle in your mouth, can you? You have to bite the tip off first, then one from each side, and then that's it. It's 3 mouthfuls for one triangle, I think.
On an airport-sized Toblerone,
yeah.
It takes a lot more than 3 bites on an airport-sized Toblerone.
Oh.
Years ago, somebody did actually give me a metre-long Toblerone.
Holy shit.
I'm not kidding. The triangles are like about 6 inches aside.
Wow. Did you need a forklift to get in the house?
You needed to smash up the bits. You couldn't bite through it. It was that thick.
Oh my
You had to
goodness me.
basically get like a hammer and tongs and
I
just smash
want
it to
one
pieces.
of them so much.
A welding torch.
You'd have to take a second mortgage just to pay the sugar tax on something now.
Oh, yeah, these days, yeah. I mean, it was a good 15, 20 years ago, probably.
Good grief, that sounds amazing. You could build an actual house out of one of those things.
And then eat it slowly. Yes, I'm up for it.
You'd need to suckle on it, really, because you couldn't get the whole thing in your
I'm
mouth
not
at
going to
once.
suckle on a Toblerone.
I bet you would.
Welcome to Polyhedron Collider, new listeners.
Hi.
Hello.
So, actually, I will say, our last episode, which was the best of 2025 episode, was, and I don't usually say this, was our best episode ever.
Ever.
Ooh.
Ever. Which I'm amazed at, and I thank you all new listeners that have come here, because there must be new listeners, unless all the old ones are sporadically coming out the woodwork. But yeah, done really well. So I am going to say something about the format because of that, because I was worried at first that I've looked at the list. So what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about the games we're looking forward to that are coming out over the next 12 months. We're also going to mention a few Kickstarters that come out, which probably means the game won't come out for this year. But due to manufacturing delays, my shortlist looks very, very similar to my shortlist from last year. And originally, I wasn't going to do a repeat. I was going to go listen to last year's, but since we have had an influx of new listeners, I am going to repeat things. So if you're a regular listener, I do apologise. You're going to hear some games that you've heard before.
But still plenty of new stuff, though.
Oh,
There
yeah.
is still plenty of new stuff.
Plenty of new stuff to listen to.
Not short of games to talk about, that's for sure, because I've seen everyone's lists on this here Google Doc, and
There are many.
yeah.
Many.
I'm going to ask Andy to start, if only because of what I've just said at our pre-podcast discussion.
Cue it up. Here we go. Yes, well, I was going to talk about Bretwalda, but I've been talking about it for the last 4 years. So I'm not going to talk about Bretwalda, so I'm sick and bloody tired of it, and I've not even received it yet. Allegedly, it's supposed to be delivered this year, but you know what? I've been saying that for 4 years, so I'm going to put a pin in that, as we say in the business world, and not talk about it. I'm going to actually go in with World Order, because this is by Hegemonic Games. The crowdfunder was, I think, last year, 2025. I have to get used to that.
I think it was the year before that.
It was the year before, wasn't it?
We played it at Expo at 2024.
My God, I've got it. That was 18 months ago. My goodness me. Yes, anyway. Yes, we did. We played World Order at an Expo in the past, and I rather liked it. We really liked Hegemony anyway, and we made that our game of the year in presumably 2023, I think. Someone go back and check that.
Yes.
That sounds about right based on the time.
That does sound right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2023 because it was fantastic, and obviously we all wanted more of the same. So Hegemonic Games have dutifully complied with my non-verbalized request and created World Order, which is kind of bigger because it's on a sort of a world scale rather than a sort of a country scale. And the similar idea, you have an asymmetric country power, and you are trying to, I'm not going to say take over the world, especially in the current political climate, but you are trying to influence the rest of the world to get what you want in various means. And each different power has its own strength. Some are more sort of political and more democratic, or more, what's the word that I never use? That involves diplomacy. That's the word. The thing I never do. Or some are slightly more militaristic, and again, a bit like Hegemony, each faction has its own sort of strengths, and that you score points in those different ways. We really enjoyed it when we played it. I certainly did when we played at Expo. So it was pretty much an insta-back for me. So I am very much looking forward to this. And as far as I can tell from its crowdfunder, it is on track to deliver this year. So hopefully we should be seeing that later on. I'm not exactly sure when it's supposed to deliver, but I've seen rumblings that the production's definitely well underway. I think they've had their post-production copy now, because I've seen an unboxing of that, so it can't be too far away now. I'm guessing 3 to 6 months, I think, in reality. I guess.
I'm thinking I'm the only person that didn't demo this at Expo.
I didn't see it, no.
You didn't either? No. All right, so yeah. And our friend, we have a mutual friend who has a copy near me and Rory, so we will no doubt be arranging a game night to play that, because we really did love Hegemony. Such a fantastic game.
It is a bit lighter than Hegemony as well, I think, as far as I can tell.
That's not hard.
True. Hegemony was a bit hefty.
Yeah.
But it still has that really basic play a card to do a thing mechanic, and that's it. But there's slightly less going on. You know, everyone doesn't get their own individual tome of instructions before you can play the game. As Sid and I discovered when we played in Tabletop Scotland several years ago now.
The infamous playthrough at Tabletop Scotland.
I've still got PTSD from that. That was an ordeal. Wars have been fought in less time than it took us to play that game. That's not an exaggeration. That's actual truth.
Right then. So I'm gonna harken back to a game that I was dead excited about last year. I backed this on the Kickstarter, and then I'm going to come to my new stuff. Don't worry, folks. But I'm going to be talking about Baghdad, the City of Peace, because this is from Alicat Games, Fabio Lopiano and Nestore Mangon. And I am so excited about this game. I was hoping it would have been here for December for my birthday or for Christmas, but neither of those things happened. So I'm expecting it any week now, really. This is going to be another fantastic design, no doubt, from these guys, with art from Roland McDonald, so it looks gorgeous.
Ronald McDonald.
You did the same joke last year, Andy. Get some new material, God's sake.
Yes.
It's on there. It's obvious.
So Roland McDonald, fantastic artist, and he's done this. So this is the same designers of Shackleton Base, Alleycat Games, fantastic publishers. I'm just dead keen to get it to the table. It's going to be, as soon as it turns up, this is going to be insta play for me, I think.
Well, I'll pick one we've talked about before as well. I'm not entirely sure if we talked about it last year, but we did talk about it last year's Expo, which was basically our game of Expo, which is Revenant.
Oh, yes.
Which is Mind Clash Games, and it's set in the Voidfall universe. And I like to think this game looks a lot like Battlestar Galactica in the way it's set out, and using that as a very base of your theme is not far off. You are trying to do things to keep the fleet alive, to stop the Void baddies, I can't remember the name of.
Voidfallen.
The Voidfallen from attacking you, and you need to get resources to keep the fleet alive. Whereas at the same time, you're trying to manipulate different factions, and you're not just your faction. Your faction you're trying to manipulate is a bit of a secret, and you are trying to do things to basically keep everyone else on their toes. Because although you're doing something to help the group, honestly, you're in fact getting your favoured faction up on that track and getting you in the lead. Beautiful looking game. We've seen both the kind of cardboard version and the amazing plastic version, and quite frankly, they both look amazing. We played a demo in Expo. We absolutely loved it. It should be coming out this year. Cannot wait.
Yeah, it looked really good. I really enjoyed it. There was a lot going on, and I was genuinely surprised it's not designed by Dave Turksey.
No. Even though it's set in that universe, I think it's lighter than the Voidfall, because Voidfall is a bit complex at first. This is an easier in. There's not as much to consider.
I'm still to play my copy of Voidfall.
I think you said that last year as well.
Probably. Yeah, you're right, Rory. I need new material.
I've decided this year, just to go on a slight tangent, I am going to keep a track of every time Andy says, "You're right, Rory." Just because.
It won't happen very often. You won't need a very big piece of paper for that, mate.
I will see. We'll see, mate. Right, set.
I'd like to see you on those little clickers, like doormen have.
It'll get to 3.
Mine
will get to about 4,000 when we prove that I am more right than Rory.
We'll see. I'm going to order myself. Well, you guys carry on. I'm going to order myself a doorman's clicker on Amazon right now.
Because you can click one up when he says you're right, and you can click one down when he's right, and therefore the number that you get to will automatically.
It doesn't go below 0, so that's a bit biased. Sid.
I was careful in the order I said that sentence.
Go on then, Mr. Gill.
Right. I'm not going back to the olden days, right? Because we've done that, and that wasn't my homework. So, I'm going to start this year, things that I'm looking forward to. I'm going to start my one with a game called Floe. And I didn't really know anything about this one until several days ago. And it's by Pika Games, and it has already kickstarted and been funded and all the rest of it. And I'm going to be honest with you, it was the box art and a bunch of images that caught my attention. It's just got this super bright colour look about it that just pulled me in a little bit. Then I read into it a bit more, and it's got every single buzzword and board game mechanic you can think of, right, thrown into it all at once, which could be in a horrific disaster, but they've wrapped it up in a really nice, fuzzy, cutesy looking kind of game. And it's about a world with sort of icebergs and stuff like that, and you've got little villages, and it's like an RPG meets a town builder. So you build up your little town, and you build up all your infrastructure, and then your little chap and his familiar wander off out into the world and collect stuff and resources and relics and shrines and whatnot, and bring it back, and they develop. You develop your town, you develop the characters, and then you get to open up little unlocks as you go. So you've got a little bit of legacy in there as well. And do you know what? It could be an absolute fucking disaster, right? But there's so many little things in there. I went, that's really quite cool. That's quite clever.
I'm looking at the pictures now. This is beautifully produced.
Oh, yeah.
All
It's got
the
little
artwork,
minis and the artwork and
components, tokens. It's all absolutely beautiful.
it's got a Disney film level trailer that goes with it. With a really sultry lassie doing the vocals as well. You know, and
Oh, that's what got you, isn't it, Sid?
no, I was got there before that. I was bought there by the RPG elements. Now, because I don't know, it's something about I'm not quite sure about the town buildery thing because I never really liked that kind of settlement and buildy thing. But then I thought, hang on a minute, Kingdom Death does that. Really enjoyed that. This is a total antithesis of Kingdom Death, by the way, for anyone listening. This is so far removed from the theme of Kingdom Death. It's terrifying. But it just looked really, really interesting. Because I just can't imagine throwing all of what they're saying they're going to throw at a game into a game. It shouldn't work. But I don't know, I'm intrigued.
It does look really nice, actually.
It does, yeah.
And as you said, there's the spiel is there's a lot of stuff going on here, and if it can pull that off, this is gonna be a really fun little game if it can pull it off.
If it works, and that's what's intrigued me. You know, see if they can do something with it, it'll be really, really interesting. Adventurous strategy game, I think, is one of their buzzwords for it.
Well, this is Johnny Pack, who is one of the designers here, just looking at this. And obviously he's done
there we go.
Unconscious Mind, Merchant's Cove, Coloma, Fistful of Meeples, all games that actually utilise lots of different mechanics and interact really quite nicely. So I think this sounds... this is definitely going on my list. Thanks for bringing this to my attention, Mr. Gill.
You're very welcome, mate. Now you guys can go back in your time machines again and talk about what the episode that we did last year. Andy, over to you, young man.
I did not talk about this last year. I didn't talk about World Order last year, at least.
You did.
Did I?
You did.
No.
Yes,
Lies.
I need a third clicker every time Andy's wrong. Just every time Andy is just
Because it wasn't
categorically...
coming out last year. I couldn't have done, surely.
You did. You definitely talked
Did
about it. In this episode, in 2024, you definitely talked about it. 'Cause
Well,
I've got
fine. I didn't talk
show
about this
notes
one.
up.
Let's move on. I did not talk about the Great Library last year, so you can
You
stick that up
definitely
your
did
arse. Although, as an aside, I'm still waiting on bloody Speakeasy.
You haven't got it yet?
No. And do you know why? Because the individual responsible for importing it into the UK from Germany filled in the paperwork incorrectly. So all the UK stuff was delayed until after Christmas.
That's a shame.
Yes. So, yeah, quite annoying.
I've
So I
heard
got it.
some initial reviews of that, and apparently it's
Very, very good.
I heard Secret Cabal reckoned it was basically his best game yet.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've heard all the last few years. But yeah, his next one, The Great Library, which is obviously based in Alexandria, where all the books were kept for quite some time by the Romans and others. And the idea is that this is a game where you are essentially collecting knowledge in the form of tomes and scrolls and various other bits and bobs and getting that knowledge into the Great Library. As far as I can tell from talking to Vital, it's quite hefty, but not as hefty as on Mars. But then again, that's not difficult. It says it's a relatively more straightforward one than some of it others in terms of the way the game flows. But again, it's Eagle Griffin, it's Ian O'Toole's artwork, Vital Lacerda. I don't know who's done the rule book, but it seems to be the standard superstar tag team that has been working for quite a few years now. They've already run the crowdfunding campaign, but I'm sure it'll be available on the shelves. Probably 2027, I imagine, given the timescales. But yes, really looking forward to that. Obviously, I am very much a resident member of the Lacerda bus. I have a lifetime pass.
So it's the Lacerda bus and the Fabio Lopiano fan club.
Yes,
But it's the Lacerda bus. Okay.
definitely yes. We shall run.
It's an appreciation society, Steve.
Oh, it's
Fabio
an Appreciation
Lopiano
Society.
Appreciation Society with flaps.
Sorry.
Okay. I say we in a very broad sense there.
Quick, move on. Come on.
Yeah, what's next? Come on.
So for me, little inside pip I got from Inside Up Games. We've got Earth Express. So this is going to be a stripped back, streamlined version of Earth. I'm thinking, because there's not much information about this at the moment, this is going to be similar to what Sanctuary is to Ark Nova. And I really enjoy Earth. And yeah, it says that. There's also, I'm going to piggyback on here as well. There's also the Inside Up have got their first Earth adjacent game called Developing Earth, which is about photography, which is also, I think, going to be quite cool. And they've also got the first expansion for Perch, which we reviewed last year, and I really enjoyed it. I think Steve, Sid, we all enjoyed Perch.
Yeah, it was a fantastic game, yeah.
So that's going to have another little mini expansion. So there's a few things coming from Inside Up Games that I'm really excited about, and something else which is on Sid's list.
Well, we can double team it if you want.
Let's double team it. Go for it.
Terrifying thought.
Well, as you rightly say, the other one we're expecting this year is Kalypso,
Oh, yes.
which we have talked about following our UK Games Expo episode, because we had a little cheeky play, didn't we?
We did. I think we were the first people to play that, if I recall correctly. We were the first people outside of Inside Up to play that game. So
And we bloody loved it.
we did. And I'm a day one backer of that. So when that comes, the Kickstarter gets delivered, that's, again, straight to the table.
Little tile layer. A good wee game, that.
And Steve and I were discussing this
No, I
last
really
night.
enjoyed that.
This is the one on the final finished version. They've got all the pieces have been sprayed with like a high friction adhesive. So you've got your tiles, you can almost tip your board up 90 degrees and nothing actually will move. It will just stay nicely on the board. Makes it shunt proof. So in this game it's a tile layer game, really bright, really colourful. It's like a world-to-world style themed game where you're trying to collect bits of debris floating and build that into your floating city, and you're trying to get them all next to each other in certain patterns to get you special buildings. Those special buildings allow you to do more things, collect more bits, fish, get some tankers. Wonderful. And it also, we didn't play it, but you play it cooperatively, competitively, or solo. There's three very different game modes for that. It's not just do it but slightly differently. They're very distinct different games.
And in the competitive, of course, you can you're doing a draft as well.
Yes, yeah, you got the draft
and you're dropping the events and things, or whatever they were called. I've forgotten the name exactly now. Onto your players, aren't you?
Onto your opponents, yeah. As you go, this is the criteria you've got to fulfill this round. Otherwise, you're going to get a penalty.
Otherwise, you're going to get hit by a storm wave or whatever. It's such a good wee game. I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to playing your copy of it, Rory.
Good.
I'm looking forward to playing it again.
Yeah,
I got to admit, I really did like that. It's a nice little game. It's not too complicated. It's quite quick. I mean, we should probably say we played one of Inside Up games last night, and they really have mastered that kind of hour-long, quick, easy, but still loads of fun game.
They really have. You can sketch out.
I think the other thing I loved about this, and this may become apparent today, is going to be a bit of theme, is its colours are beautiful. They're just really in your face, saturated colours.
It's a good
I'm
point.
really enjoying very saturated colour games right now. I don't know if it's my age and my eyesight, but I don't like
Almost
brown, don't like browns, don't like blacks, and I don't like greys because I can't tell the bloody.
They're the only
difference
colours I can see, so I have to. I don't get a choice.
I'm loving saturated colours right now, mate. I just really love the look of this game.
Shall I desaturate things then?
Yeah,
Yes.
Go on. Browns and blacks
So
and
you
greys
did-
and beige.
Yes, you did actually mention it earlier, Sid, so I'm going to go here. And this is an expansion, for Kingdom Death Monster. Now, I must admit, I'm probably not going to buy this year, and if I was a gambling man, I would reckon I wouldn't put money on this game coming out this year either, but
even
it's
next.
supposed to. This is Campaigns of Death. Now, what Campaigns of Death is basically a set of campaigns for Kingdom Death. So Kingdom Death is a campaign-based game. Base game comes with one campaign, and then expansions introduce other ones. But this is going to have a brand new, several campaigns in there of differing lengths, so not all like the 40 game campaigns. Some of them are going to be much shorter. It's going to do like, rather than introduce new monsters, it's going to produce like remixed versions of monsters, so there's variants of them. But one of the reasons why I don't think this is coming, because all Kingdom Death stuff is subject to huge scope creep. This was originally going to be a hardbound book. It is now another coffin-sized game box full of miniatures and books and tokens and all kinds of things. God knows what actually comes out. The designer Adam Poots has promised it's going to be this year. I doubt it, but when it comes out, it's going to, if you already play Kingdom Death, it's going to add so much more to that game and remix it and add longevity and all sorts. Really excited to see what's in it.
Nice. So he's gone from a book to a library.
Yeah, well, I would say it's like going to a library, getting a book, and then going to Games Workshop and throwing in like a box full of miniatures as well.
Nice.
It's kind of what he's done. But I've not seen any pre-production pictures of that yet, so I said I'm not a betting man.
Shall we shoot for this decade?
Yes.
You say it adds longevity, Steve, but there's already an awful lot of longevity in that game. Maybe it's just because I love it, but...
I mean, yeah, it adds... I can't remember exactly how many campaigns it's supposed to add, but I think it's like 6 campaigns.
I'd like to just get through one.
Well, yeah.
I was going to ask if you guys finished the first one yet. Evidently not.
No. We haven't finished the first one. We've died twice. We got greedy. In fact... This Christmas holidays, Quick Divergence, has been a lesson in greed, right? Because what's happened is we played Kingdom Death, so me and Rory tend to over Christmas we'll tend to try and do a day or two of it. So we did 2 days, and we got killed by the butcher. That's understandable. It's one of the big bosses. He's really hard unless you're really souped up beforehand or are really tactical. We haven't worked out how to be tactical to beat him. We sent 4 nobodies in, they got decimated. Fair enough, we expect it to happen. But we got greedy. We said, let's go for a level 2 monster. We can get loads of resources then.
Such a mistake.
We got our ass handed to us. Total party wipe again. 4 more survivors gone. So we went back to a level 1, a bit more kit, and then we both went, well, we've just kitted ourselves up. We can do level 2 again now. We know what we're doing. Nope.
You two have heard the word hubris before, haven't you?
Hoisted by your own petard.
But this wasn't the thing. We also played Elder Scrolls at the weekend. So Elder Scrolls is like this, the chip theory game. It's basically you play an Elder Scrolls campaign and you have 12 days to complete your objective. On day 11, Rory goes, we've got a side quest. We can do the side quest, get loads of XP, and then go finish off the main quest. On day 12, dead on. Oh, God. Yeah, we got our asses kicked to us by a bloody necromancer who kept siphoning all our life. And we realised we made it through the fight and went... we can't go into the final fight now. We're going to call it, because otherwise we're going to go into the final fight with 2 hit points each rather than our full complement of hit points. It was like, yeah, we've done that twice in 2 games in the same week.
See, when you say it like that, it does make me sound, or make me, I say us, makes me sound greedy because it was my idea to do all of these things.
Yeah, but I didn't dissuade you enough. That's the problem. I agreed with you.
They're hungry for it all. Lots of fun dying in various games.
Yes.
So Rory was wrong. Okay, got you.
No, I was greedy.
Rory's greedy.
Which
it's not wrong. Just because it's one of the sins, it's not wrong.
And led to a catastrophic failure.
Still not wrong.
I'm getting involved.
Here we go.
My next choice.
Drum roll.
Do one of the edits, Stephen. Right. It's
better be bloody worth it.
No, it's not going to be worth it. So it's a Sham Phillips game.
Oh.
It's Garfield Games, right? Oh, that's got you all off your arses a bit, hasn't it? Right, you didn't expect that from me.
I did not expect that from you. You're right.
Now, so my next game is Secret Societies, which is You know how there's this thing about the world being run by like the reptilians or something like that, some underground secret government-y type thing, like beyond governments, right? So it's loads of them, right? Loads of them thrown into a box, all right? And basically, you are playing one of these secret societies, and you have to outbid other societies for countries and resources and stuff like that. So there's a bit of the kind of auction kind of thing about it, and set collection in it. And I just think it's going to be one of these games that's going to lead to a fight. And on that basis, I just looked at this and went, I don't normally like the Garpool games, you know, the West, all those Kingdom games that you lot sees and all Tigris ones and all that, just don't float my boat, right?
Nouns and locations, yeah.
That one, yeah. But something about this one just caught my attention. The concept of bidding for these countries, and then, you know, being able to create these sets, and then where you place the country you've won, whether it's on the top half or the bottom half of your board, changes what it does. And, you know, you can either like power yourself up and give yourself new abilities, or you can use it to create your sets and whatnot. I just loved it. I love the look of it. I want to play it. And the artwork as well. Again, it's another one of these games that's just got really punchy, bold kind of style of artwork, you know, and it just looks beautiful. Absolutely bloody beautiful.
Julie Payne is the artist, and it's not Shem Phillips' designer, it's S.J. McDonald.
S.J. McDonald's the designer, Shem Phillips is
producing it. That's Sam McDonald, I believe, who has co-designed all of the Cardinal Compass games.
Yes.
So, yeah, this is a damn good pedigree, this.
It's very good pedigree. And then the other thing I really liked about it is it's asymmetrical players. So each of those secret societies are different, and you have different kind of special skills and wants and needs. I just thought this was a very us game.
This looks very good, Sid. I did not know about this, and if you looked at that box, you would have not said that's a Garp Hill game.
See, I didn't think it was until I started looking further and scratching into it.
Oh, I have to buy that now.
Oh, I'm glad it was worth it.
Is it coming straight to retail, or is it?
No, it's. I think it's kickstarted. I think.
Oh, it's kickstarted.
Oh dear. Give us a second. I think it. Oh, gosh, hang on. God, I didn't. Yeah, it's ended. Yeah, its campaign ended.
I mean, the games tend to come into retail anyway. Oh yeah, it was October.
Yeah. This is one that just flew past us a little bit, I think.
It did, yeah. I mean, they usually come to retail anyway, and there's not much in the way of like Kickstarter exclusives from Shem Phillips. It's usually like you can get 3 cards. That's kind of thing.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I think it'll enter in. I think we'll get a chance to play it. Put it that way.
Definitely.
And, it just looked really fun.
Excellent choice, Sid.
That's 2 games that Sid is now costing us money.
Yeah.
But that's what's so good about this episode of the year, isn't it?
You're just throwing financial grenades.
No, not just me, but collectively, it's random ideas, random thoughts that are coming in, because these may not be the best games of the year. We should have been clear about at the start of the episode. These are are just things that look really cool and exciting. Unless it's something like Kalypso, which will just be banging. But it's sometimes we do have some previous playthroughs or the games from some of the other games on our list. But yeah, I'm quite excited about this one. Looking forward to us getting a shot at some point.
Mr. Lewis.
Well, my next one, I'm kind of torn now. This is about 4. But I'm going to follow Mr. Tudor's lead and go for an expansion. And it's going to be the expansion to Endeavour Deep Sea. And this is going to be Uncharted Waters. Because I really loved Endeavour Deep Sea the year it came out, which I think was 2024. Because I was going to try to name it my game of the year, but I was overruled by people who were wrong. And But I really enjoyed Endeavour Deep Sea. I really loved its theme, the way it plays. It really sort of captured the original mechanics of the original Endeavour, but kind of twisted it on its head and made it slightly more approachable, I think. So Uncharted Waters, the expansion, is literally just more. The way that Deep Sea is structured, you have a kind of a scenario sheet onto which you can put tokens, which gets you bonuses as you go along. But on top of that, it kind of dictates the shape of the map as well, and particular tiles and stuff. So there's more of those, there's more tiles, there's more staff members that you can hire. There's literally just more. So it takes the base game and just literally just adds more of everything to it. So there's nothing particularly special here. But if you really like Endeavour Deep Sea, then you'll probably want Uncharted Waters. I know I do, and I've already backed it. So I'm just waiting for it to turn up now. And I really, the production quality of the original was really, really great. So admittedly, I did get the deluxe version, but there's not a huge amount of difference between that and the base game, other than I think the 5th player, and that's about it. So yeah, it's just really, it's more of what I love, and that's it. Simple as that.
That's very good reasoning.
My next game is one that doesn't even have a title yet.
Okay.
So it's not again, this is a game that hasn't been officially announced yet. But my mate, because this is another Fabio Lopiano game, because regular listeners will know that I'm a big fan. And he's told me that he's got another game with Mandela Fernández-Grandon, who did AR and Sankori with. This is their next game that we're working on together. And this is titled The Monks Game. So in this game, you are dealing with a bunch of monks in Ireland, if I recall correctly, because we had a chat with him and Brett Gilbert during the UK Games Expo, and they were just telling me about this game. And this is going to be coming from a porter, or Allion Games, who did Revive. And it's going to be probably going to be an Essen release. I was a huge fan. I absolutely loved AR and Sankori. These two together, it's normally very clever scoring mechanisms with some quite simple mechanics in how you do that. So I'm really keen to learn more about this game. But it's going to be towards the end of the year before we get any real more information. I've been trying to get something, but an official title, but there just isn't one. That's not much to say about it, I'm afraid, because
I will do on my little repeat section, because these are the games I'm most looking forward to. And I'm going to bundle 3 games together because there is a tangential link between them. We have mentioned several times on this podcast Horror on the Orient Express, the board game.
Have we?
Played it at Expo in 2024. 4 of us played it. 4 of us loved it. Sid's jumping up and down in glee because he's actually peeing his pants in excitement for it. It's obviously got a bit delayed. We were expecting it in 2025. It didn't turn up, but we should get it this year. Really good horror cooperative game from Adam Kopinski. You're on a train. You've got to wheedle out the cultists while at the same time everything's quite literally going to hell. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, we won the demo game at Expo by quite literally the skin of our teeth. It was tight, which made for a really cool experience.
Certainly was. It did not help. Well, it did help the experience, but it did not help our progress. Sid going, just one more from the bag. What could possibly go wrong?
You've got to push the game and see what happens.
I did love one of the mechanics I really love about this game is you can just close the curtains and the monstrosity from beyond the veil of time and space is held at bay by a simple piece of fabric.
It's true, but having curtains drawn means you can get eaten by the vampire.
Yeah, I did
It's
like
a careful balance.
I did like that balance. That was pretty cool. So on a similar vein, at last year's Expo, we also played Miskatonic Tales, which is their kind of story-driven adventure game set in the Call of Cthulhu universe. We've played a demo of the first mystery in that. We're dead keen to play more of that. Mm-hmm. We want to see what else happens and how the game has developed and moved on. And I'm also going to link in a game I also talked about last year, which is Lands of Evershade.
Oh, yes.
Which is Awakened Realms' massive epic adventure game. Minis galore, stories galore. It's like I would say the evolution of Tainted Grail.
Yeah.
So we've had 2 Tainted Grails. This feels like the next step in that evolution of game. The major thing is it's very RPG focused, so you actually create your character. It's not, you don't get like a set character you start with. You will create your character, and it's got really cool. I mean, I am really in for the things like you get armor, and your armor isn't just like a token or a card. No, the armor is a piece of card that slots into your character sheet, onto your board. It's little things like that which is like, whoa, yeah, really does. I mean, how it plays, we don't know. As we said before, this is one of the games we don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, those I'm dead excited for. So I'm going to cheat a little bit and say we've already talked about them loads. Another game we didn't talk about last year though, which we've, I think, all played as well, is Avalon the Riven Vale, which we have talked about again in this podcast in the past. This is a dudes on a map game in which you are Arthurian knights, factions, vying over Avalon. So move your troops into areas of the board, level them up. But the big twist here is that the mists of Avalon descend at the end of every round, and therefore you have to re-explore the map. Really cool card play mechanism, which is how you actually play the game and move your troops and activate things. I know they were hoping it would have been out last year, speaking to the chaps at Expo, but the tariffs issue was causing problems, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we're going to get it this year.
That did look very cool. Of course, we did our painting competition for that one as well, didn't we?
We did.
So
We did.
fantastic
Yeah.
minis. We all did the dragon
Yeah.
for it, didn't we? Yeah, that's a lovely model.
Have you got any more, Sid, or are you passing us on?
No, I've got another one in the bag. My next choice, ladies and gentlemen, is a remake of an old game.
I was going to ask you about this. Please, pray continue.
And the one I want to talk about is a game coming out called Container. You know, it's a very topical thing right now, right? Shipping and all that kind of stuff. But this is a game that originally came out in 2006, 7, something like that. 2007, I think. And it's... Right, Ponzi scheme, right? We had a good fucking time with Ponzi scheme, yeah? This, when I read through the kind of the context of this one, gave me that same kind of feeling that you can be a right arsehole to the player next to you. And it was super competitive, and it's a closed market game, right? So you are you're building. You have a factory that can produce containers of goods. Those containers of goods are then available for sale to your players in 2 different ways, and you can also buy from players. So you're all running your own little factories and that kind of stuff. And then ultimately you take these containers and you put them on your ship, and you move your ship to this kind of Jurassic Park kind of island with an amazing kind of economy in it, right? It's just an island nowhere. It's just Island Nebula thing, right? Anyway,
All right, okay.
it's not got dinosaurs or anything
All right,
on
okay.
it. It's a really crap analogy. It's a really
I've
crap
seen pictures of
analogy.
this game. I don't remember dinosaurs.
No.
being in it.
There's just an island in the middle of the middle of your play area, and what you do is when you get there, you try and sell the goods that are on your boat, but you sell everything on your boat, and that is kind of like your victory condition is scoring on that island. But the real kicker here is that everybody has a different score for different colors of container. So what you're going for versus what the player next to you is going for is totally different. And the entire game is about working out how and what you set your price for selling your containers of a particular color, and whether you undercut the person next door to you or whether you up your price because you need to make enough money to buy the containers that you need. So it's all about pushing and pulling the market, because there's no new kind of money injected into it, and it just sounded really blooming clever, right? And it was really sounded like a game that would create, a player interaction that we love on a table.
Yeah.
I can just imagine that Rory would be stood up for a large section of this game.
What, in fury?
Right? He'd be angry. He would be saying, he'd be trying to work out, what's he up to there? And then Andy will come in and swoop in and go, right, I'm going to sell blue containers for £2. because that'll undercut Sid, who's selling them at £3. And then I can see it. I can see there being a lot of naughty words being said during this game.
Okay.
And it stirred some emotion for me, this one. Even though it's a game about moving containers around.
It sounds good. There was Mercury released the 10-year anniversary of it, obviously a few years ago now, which was like the sort of super duper massive version that they produced, like really literally physically.
It was like a jumbo version.
That's
wasn't
the one,
it?
yeah. Because I ended up getting Big City, which was made by them as well, which is like another anniversary version, and that's a really good game. Simple mechanics, but very, very, very good. And yeah, and in that you can be a dick as well, because it's kind of like Sim City, but you can steal property from others. So if it's got the similar mechanics and similar player interaction, it should be really good.
The other interesting thing about this game that caught me a little bit by surprise, I looked at it, and because I had that kind of auction, kind of blind auction kind of thing, competitive in my head, I'm thinking, it's a 20-minute, 30-minute game. It's not. It's more like a 90 to 120-minute game.
Wow.
Which makes me think that this is going to be quite brutal and really harsh if you're playing against people that don't know how to play it. So I'm intrigued by it. I'm intrigued whether I get the bully feeling of like when I play with Rory, because he'll have played it twice before I get to play with him, and then he's like better at it, and he'll just smash my face into the ground playing it. And I'll flip
Don't know
the
what you're
table.
talking about. I never do that.
But either way, I think it would create an excellent story.
Yes.
I think it would be a fun game to put onto a table to play. So I'm looking forward to that. And it's not a huge amount different to the original. I think they've added some new mechanics. I think some of the criticism that I saw for the original was that it's a bit fragile on its economy and it can break really easily. But they've added a few tweaks to it to try and help it play a bit more smoothly and make a bit more sense. So, yeah.
Looking at the pictures of this, they've also added some colour.
Oh, yes. Yes. There's multicolours on
Does
the
look very
board.
good. And you're right, actually, Sid, one of the island port destinations has got dinosaurs on it.
There you go, see.
So you weren't wrong.
I'll call that judgment rather than luck, shall we?
I'm going to put in a game here that caught my eye more than this. Like Sid, I was captured by basically artwork and fancification. I have no idea whether this game is going to be any good or not, or if it's just going to be, pretty but shite. But for mere curiosity, I'm going to mention the game Storm. Again, I'm basically a victim of marketing here more than anything else, because my Facebook page, my Instagram page, was basically bombarded with adverts for this over the last few months. And eventually I just went, fine, I'll bloody well buy it. So I have backed it. And this is a game that has it's got hexagon tiles. And apparently they all change consistently as you play the game. I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm not entirely sure how it works. I don't know if it's going to be like one of those sort of crappy 80s hologram effects, you know, where you can kind of tilt it around and get a different appearance. I don't know if it's that or not. But it looks interesting and ultimately is essentially a tile placement game. But you basically change the way that storms appear on a map. And that's about all I know about it right now, because there's not a huge amount on the Kickstarter. But ultimately, you can put things down and score points by making storms and changing the way the board shapes. How it works physically in terms of the actual mechanics of the pieces or not, I don't know. I'm just curious to see what the hell they're doing with this, because if they manage to pull it off and get this kind of really fancy effect going on, then I think it's just going to be one of those games you stick on the table and it's just going to be mesmerising just to look at. More of a kind of a bit like the Polaris game I received recently with the glow-in-the-dark pieces. Although, to be fair, that is actually quite a good game. But it looks really cool. Lenticular pieces, apparently. 4K lenticular technology. There you go. There's a sentence I never thought I'd utter.
It looks like a quite straightforward abstract game.
Yes.
But this 4K lentacular, whatever
What
the
does
hell that was.
lentacular mean? What is
Lenticular? I have no idea.
that? Right. but they're in 4K.
The full name, by the way, it's difficult to find it just calling this Storm. The full name is Storm Strategy in Motion.
Right.
if you can go look up that term, you can see what it means. It does look very pretty.
I was thinking, I can't think of another game that's actually about storms and weather fronts and
Petrichor.
meteorologists.
Steve and I played that a few years ago. Dave Turksey took against me because I didn't like it.
Okay, yeah, it's a good shout.
But that's an interesting theme.
It
It's
is.
it's a theme that just hasn't been used very much. Which is quite sciencey, and it's odd that it's, you know, I think board games kind of people from a sciencey, geeky background or interests kind of gravitate towards board games, and it seems a theme that has been underused. I was just curious, actually. It's just really I am interested in this because I'm a geek, and I just the idea of doing something about weather. I don't know of another game that does it. So cool. Thank you very much, Andy.
You're welcome. Well, according to the internet, lenticular describes things shaped like a lens. Makes sense. Thicker in the middle, thinner at the edges. Or a technique using tiny lenses, lenticules, there's a good word, to create moving or 3D images like flipping cards or animated posters. So it's basically like a 4K version of those 80 crappy holograms. But according to the Kickstarter page, it's a 20 image version rather than the sort of shitty 80s sort of two image version. So I think it's just like a really high end version of one of those. But whatever it is, it looks pretty damn cool. But we shall see what happens.
For my next one, I'm going to talk about some expansions that I'm excited about, not the one that's currently highlighted on the Google Notes. So, I know, going off, keeping you on your toes.
Going off pace, wow.
So I'm really excited for a game that should have won our best game of the year in 2024, which was Shackleton Base. Because this year should have the expansion for that Sid played at the Expo. And I couldn't do it because I had a meeting at the same time Sid had got the table. So I'm really, really excited for that. You were drilling and all sorts.
It's a lovely little game. Yeah, it's got like little add-ons, new companies, and it's good fun, mate.
Expecting
the drilling's cool. The mining.
Yeah, it sounded really exciting when you were talking about that. Really interesting. So I'm expecting this to just be, like, say, just a couple of modules. It's going to add a couple more companies to really mix up Shackleton Base. And of course, the other one that I can't believe it's taken me this long to mention it is Ark Nova 3rd Edition. Because that's
does that mean all your version 2 stuff's out of date now? Then?
No. It's just
your new player mat and bling.
No, I'm still going to use my player mat, and I'm still going to use all my bling. I'm just going to get some of the official bling as well as some of the new park maps and some of the other new bits. So yeah, I'm really keen for those 2 expansions when they come out.
We're going to have to wrap this up soon, so I'm going to do a couple of wild cards just to end it off before we start looking at...
You have to put in brass, Steve. You have to put in brass.
Right.
Well, I mean, you see, Brass Pittsburgh, it's been announced, it's going to come to Kickstarter. Let's be fair, it's not coming out this year. Hence why I wasn't going to talk about it, but now I've mentioned it, so it's there. I mean, it's Brass. I mean, let's be fair, it's going to be Brass Birmingham 2.0, which in itself was Brass Lancashire 2.0. So this will be Brass 3.0. So yeah, I mean, it's going to look brilliant. It's going to be good. I mean, let's be fair, it's going to be a massive Kickstarter. When it comes out, it's going to shoot to the top of the charts. If you don't know Brass Pittsburgh is coming out, then I'm surprised. But yes, that's coming out. I was actually going to pick 2 random games.
Go on then.
So number 1, I was going to mention Dying Light, the board game. Now, 3 months ago, I probably wouldn't have mentioned this because I've played like 5 seconds of Dying Light, the video game, and I was already bored after the tutorial. So I mean, I'd probably need to go back and try it again. But the reason I picked this is because it's by Glass Cannon Unplugged, and it's got a massive 3D map, right? And a few weeks ago, me and Rory played the Apex Legends game, and we had an absolute riot with it.
We really did.
And this looks like that, but with zombies. And it's got the same 3D map items to it. And so a game I wasn't massively interested in a few weeks back, I'm now like, oh, hello. More of the same with zombies. My other one was flicking through the list, and this is a complete random because I've got no idea. This caught my eye, which was a game called Silver Coin Age of Monsters. It's been on Kickstarter, it's funded, and it's supposed to be shipping this year. To put it simply, This is The Witcher with the serial numbers filed off.
So it's actually Gerald, not Geralt.
Yes.
Nice.
You are you are going across a big map, which has got different continents and different rulers. There's politics going on, and you are trying to get a coin a silver coin for killing monsters. Yeah, I mean it. I picked this because it looks nuts. It looks like that kind of thing that only can really come to Kickstarter, where someone has had this idea in their head and wants to do it. Maybe they want to make a Witcher game, and the Witcher games that have come out haven't scratched the itch that they want, so they've gone and made their own version of it. I think they're first-time designers. Everything about it is... I'm not going to say... It's got that aspect of it that makes you see that it's not from an established company. It's got that little bit of rough around the edge, which means it's probably got a lot of heart. There's cards everywhere. There's dice, there's coins, there's tokens, there's a ridiculous world map, there's monsters and all sorts going on. I have no idea whether it's going to be any good, but it looks really interesting.
That's coming to Kickstarter this year, is it?
No. It's funded on Kickstarter.
Right, okay.
I think 2 years ago. This is the first I've heard of it. I was looking through some of the lists this year. So it should be shipping. And I don't know if it's coming to retail, if it's backers only. So you might not even be able to buy it, but I'm intrigued by it.
It does sound like a lot of fun.
The artwork looks amazing.
It's quite funky looking artwork.
That looks like a Euro, but in colour.
Yeah, it's not as colourful as some of the stuff I've suggested today.
No,
it's still got that slight muted palette.
Yeah. But I mean, it's got piles of cards, there's obviously contracts, there's politics going on, there's got, cards for the stats of a monster, and the card's just full of details.
There's a picture on here that was put on, and apparently, according to the comment for the picture from this is on Board Game Geek, taken in October 2021. Genuinely, it looks like a university photograph from 1996.
If there's the one I looked at, the only thing missing was a CRT monitor in the back.
Pretty much, yes. It does look a little older than it's claiming. But, yeah. It's big, it's hefty, it's got lots of things.
It's got lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff.
Stuff in a box.
Yeah. Nice.
Boys and girls,
Oh,
RPG Roundup.
I thought it was going to be completely different.
Well, no, my RPG Roundup this year is completely different.
Okay.
Because it's two games, but they're using systems that I've never played. And Steve and I and Andy, we've been playing through a bunch of new systems this year. Broadening our mind, expanding our palette. And I thought we could go a bit further. I know it's palette before we get all the comments. Just like I know it's not Pete and it's pate, all right?
You're just introducing a cheese course now.
Yeah, going there, man. Hang on, look, let me get through this. Right. So the first one, right, is called the Merryshire Detective Club.
Do we all have to run around with a perm and a moustache?
From Pellegrine Press, all right? And this one runs on Gumshoe, right? And I know, right. Fantasy Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
Cutesy as hell. You create your Scooby gang, you go and solve a mystery, and then you level up, right? I don't think it's anything more complicated than that. It just sounded loads of fun, but, using fantasy characters, so, I don't know, a really clever halfling or something like that, and a grumpy old dwarf that's good at making stuff. I don't know. Whatever your Scooby gang decides to be, but you're in a fantasy world. I just thought that sounded really interesting. And then my second one is from Mongoose, and it's called Pioneer, which runs on Traveller.
Oh,
and
yes.
It's kind of space colonist, kind of build your spaceship, explore worlds, develop colonies, build moon bases, that kind of a feel. But I just quite fancied playing Traveller in some form or the other, and this seemed like a kind of nice, new, recent way of doing it.
So I've looked at this, And it's not really Traveller as such. It's like you're using the Traveller as a base system, but it's very much more grounded.
Yeah.
So Traveller is proper full space opera. You're going across the stars, you're meeting alien races. But this is very much, even the artwork looks like kind of modern astronauts. It's set like 10 years, 20 years in the future.
Yeah.
And it's all about, very... realistic spaceships, if
to
that
me,
makes sense.
the difference I made was Traveller was kind of galaxy-wide. And this felt more solar system. And a bit more compact, a bit more manageable, I thought, for as a Traveller introduction.
So less Traveller, more shut-in.
Imagine you got on the bus, right, thinking you're going to go and become a Traveller. And at the first bus stop, you kind of got stranded. That's what I kind of feel like this is. So now you're exploring the bus stop, and you're not getting to get on your epic journey.
You're making
I'm
it
all
sound
right
like
with
a
that.
rail replacement service.
It's not. No, I don't.
Are we back in Merseyside?
We're back in Merseyside. Merryshire.
Merryshire.
Hang on. It's not Merseyside. It's called Merryshire. Merryshire. Stop confusing me, Stephen.
From now on, it will forever be known as Merryshire.
It will now be called Merryshire Detective Club, won't it? But no. Anyway, but yes. So those are my two RPGs for this year. Just fancy trying more different stuff.
Right then, we've got a few minutes left. So some of our listeners, well, two of our listeners, have let us know their picks for the year, and I agree with some of these. Gabriel says, Brat's Pittsburgh, it's brass, enough said, which I think mirrors my comments earlier.
It's going to sell gangbusters.
There's some here which we haven't talked about. I mean, we did talk about Yonder last year. That James Moriarty suggested that, which, Sinister Fish's worker placement in the fantasy land.
I quite liked it.
Me and Rory know that quite well. We've played it several times. What's really interesting about that game is your contracts have to be fulfilled every round, which means it gets more and more stressful every round. Really good. He's also mentioned a reprint of Pax... I'm going to pronounce this horribly wrong. I do apologise. Pax Porphyriana, which is the first of the Pax series, but this is based on Mexico's history. I've never played any of the Pax games. I don't think anyone here has. No. So, and also he mentions, and James also mentions Railways of the Lost Atlas, which is an 18xx game, which is apparently lighter and easier to play, which I am intrigued by, because 18xx is a game I'd like to try, but nerdy 19th century railway is not exactly my theme of choice.
I insist you must play that game in Bewdley for proper theme, next to the steam railway.
Indeed. So Gabriel sent us another couple of suggestions, which I didn't know about a lot of these. Lords of Heaven, which is a crusade game against various Christian and Muslim factions.
Oh, that should cause some fuss.
Which is going to cause some fuss, but sounds intriguing.
So that'll be presumably King Richard and all that lot then.
So this is a very historically based game by the looks of it. There's lots of factions to do. Although it doesn't look, it looks quite light from what I'm seeing. Of some of the pictures are relatively enough. But he also mentions Pure Land, which is a coin game. Now I think I'm the only person here who's mentioned played one of the coin games, aren't I? Which is the Counterinsurgency series.
Yeah, I've not played one.
They are a game in which the rule book is like a technical instruction manual. It's all bullet pointed with each rule line has a number, so you can reference back to that exact rule later on. Nice. And it's like the old Root games, because Root was actually based on these, or influenced by them. So the games in which every single player has a different way of playing the game and a different way of winning, but they're all historic based. So, I mean, a coin game set in Japan sounds fascinating. But one thing you guys haven't mentioned that Gabriel also mentions is the Hegemony expansion.
I'd not heard of this. I saw his list and thought, really? This has passed me by.
Wow.
I'm going to have to look that up now. Shadows of Authority. That sounds a bit dystopian.
I think it was on Kickstarter last year, wasn't it?
Was it? It probably was. I missed it completely.
It looks like there's a poll tax march on the cover of it. That sounds bloody amazing.
So it's Thatcher's Britain. Okay, fine.
Well, yeah, basically protesters lining up against riot shields. That sounds like my shit there, Andy. I tell you.
Well, and I think that will do us. I think if your bank accounts were already struggling after Christmas, I think this is going to set them even more on edge because I mean, I'm not going to lie. I actually have the late pledge for secret societies open at the moment, and my finger is hovering over the late pledge button. But I think for now we need to stop this shenanigans so that we don't end up spending even more money. So thank you very much for listening, everyone. We have been Polyhedron Collider. If you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a review on iTunes or your podcast platform of choice. If you want to talk to us about any of the suggestions, if you want to tell either Andy or Rory that they're wrong, then go to our Discord. It's the best place to get in touch with us. But we are also all over the socials. We're on Instagram, we're on Threads, we're on Blue Sky, we're on Board Game Geek Guild 2726. Normal episodes will be resumed next week. We have been playing
For
games
some degree of normal.
Well, normalcy. In fact, we'll go back to talking about some games you've actually played. Well, we've played a lot of these. But until then, happy gaming.
Ta-ra.
Cheerio.
Bye-bye. So my clickers, I've got the problem solved. They come in two different colours. I've got a black one and a white one as a pair. So Rory was right, and then Andy's right, clickers. And we'll find out end of year where we are. And I'm going to keep them with my little foam board. So every time we record, I can just get them down. They'll be here on the desk in front of me.